Uh, okay, I'm going to do that and get my computer on Do Not Disturb. And then let's see if we can do an AI trends. I wanted to do an AI transcript. Does anyone know how to do that? Host tools. I just clicked on the AI button and it didn't, it's like catch me up. Was my name mentioned? Are there any action items? What have we discussed? All right, I'll have to learn how to do that for next time. I really wanted to do it this time, but I'll click an option anyway, and see how to go about doing that. Transcript maybe. Oh no. Okay. I should have looked at that earlier. Yeah, I haven't tried that. Anyway, okay, let's go ahead and get going. So last week we did a little bit of a challenge and we talked about finding ways to share about Abby on how your skin feels or how it looks and what your experience is and really try to capture all of the feels of it because, in 3 months, 4 months, it's going to be like second nature and you're going to forget how good you felt when you first started using the product. And we need to remember that because that's how our customers are going to feel when they first use the product. And that's the the story that we want to tell. And so take some time to jot down your experience. Oh, okay. And what you're feeling with your product. Okay, so do that for me. And then today we are going to get into, well, anyone want to share any of their experiences with posting about Abby this past week, with it being a reel or a story or an actual post? I know our 10% discount kind of helped encourage us to post a lot more while on social media. Anyone have a story to share?
Sure.
Yay!
I posted just my business card, literally just flipping it, and I have like over 500 views. So I was excited about that. That's just on my personal page, and like people commented on it, so think it like was seen, which was good.
Isn't that crazy? How just it blows my mind how something so simple, that's all you did.
Yep, I literally just flipped it over and put it
Yeah.
to a song, and 500 views.
That is so good. Great job. Montana had a sale. Good job. I think as we get those first sales under our belt, it's going to feel a lot better, a lot more comfortable. And I know, Donnell, you have someone interested. We need to get together too, and I'll step you through the ordering process. And that's what today we had a meeting. It was like, "Oh, we need to simplify it. We need to simplify it." And we keep saying that, and we will get there. We will get there. So I
I
am,
just I just want to say that I have Deidre with me tonight, but she's also going to be joining us on Wednesday. So I said, why don't you just kind of hear us, listen with us tonight? So
nice. Well, nice to meet you and welcome to the call. I'm Anita and
thanks.
yeah, so we love having you here.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so you guys, oh, I need you to grab pen and paper. Oh, good, Donnell, you're home and not driving anymore. If you guys can grab pen and paper, we are going to go through just a little process that will help us a lot with our mindset and with overcoming objections and really facing objections before they come to us, if that makes any sense. So we want to go ahead and whoops, hold on. Hold on a second. Let me get back to my screen. There we go. All right. So we Okay, Montana, yes. Get notes later, and then I can put the questions down here too. So on page right now, we're having everyone just grab pen and paper, and we are going to look at some objections that we are going to face and on how to overcome them. And really what we want to do is talk about them and overcome them before they become objections. And so this means having conversations with our customer, our potential customer, and then us knowing the answers will help us form, like help us finalize the sale. Because that was my big thing. It was like, well, how do you close the deal? And I think in order to close the sale with somebody, you really need to know what they want, what their, I want to say pain points are. But if we know the objections before they come, we can frame our verbiage and what we're working with around that. So, and I have, let me see. I have a document up. So let me try to split my screen so I can see you guys too. There we go. All right. So I'm going to ask you some questions and I'm going to have you write down the answer. And when we go through these questions, Nicole, I'm having everyone grab paper and pencil. As I go through these questions, I want you to know, like, these are questions to work into conversations. So you're not going to sit and have a sit down interview with somebody who's looking at our product, but you're going to be able to throw these questions, get to know them, and throw them in while you're talking to somebody. So the first question I want you to ask yourself, and I'll put the questions in the replay so you don't have to sit and write them down. Okay. Are you gonna put them in the notes?
Yeah, and I'll take it on my phone and then I'll share a screenshot.
Okay, because I have it printed too, Jenna, on a Word document that I can easily
Oh, okay.
copy and paste. Okay, sorry, I had to grab my water. Okay, so the first question that I want you guys to answer for yourself is what are you currently using your skincare products for? I know you thought I was going to say, what are you using, right? But what are you using your skincare products for? So just write down the answer. Actually, I'll copy and paste and put them in here as we go. Oops. Okay. Hold on. Who's trying to come in? I heard the doorbell.
Oh,
Hello. Maybe it was yours trying getting connected. Who's iPhone 245? Christy, are you camping and trying to get on with Wi-Fi? Yeah. Okay. There we go. So we're taking notes and we're asking, these are questions that objections that we want answers to before they voice them as an objection. So, what are you currently using? What are you currently using your skincare products for? Now, the next question is, what are your current problem areas and are you getting results? And I guess there we go. Maybe look up when you're done with your questions. So I know you guys did it and I don't want to go too slow for you guys and put you all to sleep. How long have you been using your product? These are questions you're just answering for yourself right now. What do you like about your product? This is, of course, before Abby. So take yourself back 1 month.
Any
Ooh.
I
Yeah.
understand your question.
What, Donnell?
I don't quite understand your question, this last question.
What do you like about your product? So the product you're currently using or you were using before Abby, what did you like about it?
Well, since Ashley talked me into taking it back and buying Abby, I only got to try it once and it was amazing, but so was Abby. I bet it was cheaper. I bought 3 products and it was like $340. And she's like, Abby's only going to cost you $250.
So hey, right? And that was for the whole kit.
Yeah.
And then I asked, what do you dislike about your product before Abby?
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then we can role play after we're done with this if anyone wants to role play with me. I don't know how well that will go, but let's do it. Do you prefer one single use product or an entire regimen? And you know why we're asking that. How quickly How quickly do you expect to see results from your product? So again, before when you bought that product that you used most recently, how quickly did you expect to see results?
Pretty quick.
Pretty quick with Abby or we're talking before Abby? Yeah, so what we're doing is writing down questions, or you're answering them right now, writing down your answers, but these are questions, and I'll post it on the team chat. I guess we don't have a team page. I'll post it on the team chat and even maybe send it out in an email with the replay. So you have these questions that you can answer that you're going to be able to ask people in conversation, so not in interview form like what we're doing right now. That would be horrible. I love this question though. What influenced you to use your current product? And so when I keep referring to current product, I'm talking about what you were using before, Abby. But what influenced you? And let me know if I need to slow down. How long do you typically use a product before trying something new? Now, these questions aren't in any certain order, obviously. So the next one is so before we asked you, what are your current problem areas and are you getting results? And so this question kind of piggybacks onto that when I say, how long have these areas bothered you? Like, how long has this bothered you? Or dark marks or whatever, that you've been trying to work on and cover up. And then this is a good question, but okay, I'm just going to ask you, has something changed? Like and this might be a question if their skin is acting up or um or maybe since the last time you switched products, has something changed? Like, are you in an office environment more? Are you outside more? Are you sweating more, working out more? Are you eating like crap? Are you eating well? Are you exercising? Are you drinking water? Like all of those things affect your skin. Like someone has said she was breaking out, and I'm like, well, yeah, and it's beyond your purging stage, but you're stressed, you're eating chocolate, you're not sleeping, not working out, so you're doing all the it's like those things affect your skin as well as the product that you're putting on your skin. And so it kind of goes under the B of well-being with ABBI. What do you do? Oh, there was more. I'm going to recopy that last question down here. I only copied one line of it. There you go. What do you do if something doesn't, what do you do if something doesn't work? So if you're using a product and it's not working. So like if your last product you were on, if it wasn't working, what do you do? And what this answer is going to tell you is if they're dedicated. It's like, well, I'm going to try to, adjust my skincare regimen or try to problem solve or just go buy something else. Like, what are you doing? What is the longest you have used a product? This tells you a lot too. Like, do they jump around from product to product? Or do they give it time to work? What's their expectations of a product? All of that is good information. The last time you switched your skincare, what influenced that decision? And then, oh, this is a good question too. What is your next big life event you need to look good for? Can y'all think of one? Yeah. So these questions, that was the end of those are the end of the questions that I've written down. So what we want to do is is learn about them and their habits and their relationship with skincare and their opinion about skincare and products. And one thing it's fun to say too, let me write this down. When you're talking with someone and like looking at all of these things, then you can like lead into the skin analysis with, let's find out which one of these 120,000 formulas will be best for you. It's like, wow, she's really listening. She's really, yeah, turning 65, Laura. Oh, well, I really like your progress picture, Laura. I think you're looking really good. I'm gonna have to comment on it in our chatty chat so people can look at it again because I like what I see. And I know Tina was saying not seeing it, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the difference. And that's the importance of a before picture for our customers. We want so badly for them to take a before picture. So badly. Because even like they might not want to share it with us, and that's fine, but they need to look at it. They need to see the difference. And then when they tell you they don't think it's working, you can go and look at it and just highlight it and be like, did you see this? It's like what I like to do. Sorry, Laura, I have yours up. So I really want a before and after picture with the same size face and side by side. Nothing fancy in it, because that way then I can turn my phone sideways and zoom in. Like I'm gonna turn my phone sideways and really zoom in and look at the top part of her head and look at the difference. And then I'll scroll down. Laura, aren't you glad you got on the call? And then I'll scroll down. And it's probably hard to see, but look at, like, I see a difference. It's so weird too when let me see. I feel like I'm really, that's just her whole head scrolled in. Um, Normally I can even scroll in bigger and just get like, there we go. Like even just like the mouth area. Like who doesn't want to get rid of their lines around their mouth when you get our age? It's like that was my answer. It's like I don't like this area of my face. So these are good leading questions to talk about, to learn about maybe their pain points even without, like, I'm not a cutthroat salesperson. I'm not gonna say, well, you want to look good for turning 65, right? We need to, you're not, that's not going to happen if you don't use my product. Like, I'm not going to be that person. But it's definitely leverage to get them to really think about it. So does anyone want to, I don't even know if I can do this. Does anyone want to role play what we just did? Paige says, I know. That's a scary thing, huh? I don't see anybody coming off of mute.
Okay, we can't show you our picture, but we're here listening. I'm good for role playing.
There you go. All right, Janet. Yay. Okay, so I honestly don't know how this is going to go or how this is going to flow, okay? But we want it to flow. Yeah, go Janet, go Janet. So all right. I'm gonna put on my role play face. I really face. I'm like, I always feel so dorky. So, all right, let's do it. I'm so embarrassed. I'm turning red. I hate role playing. All right. Janet, thank you for so much for being open to talk about Abby, our innovative skincare line. So, can you tell me right now, what are you currently using for using your skincare products for? So, I don't want to know what you're using it, but why are you using it?
Mostly, I've been using something for the moisture hydration for my face.
Yes, yes. Um, that
I
I
need to use it for wrinkles and everything else, but I've only really been consistent with doing a moisturizer.
okay. What stopped you from looking into something to work on your wrinkles?
Honestly, it's just been overwhelming because I'm not a person to go into Sephora, the stores that are going to carry your better name brands. So I normally just for convenience get on Amazon or somewhere and just find something.
So, and what has influenced you to use that product that you find? Like to use your current product, what influenced you to use that?
I'm just seeing the reviews of it, of, people getting outcomes from it or something like that. It's usually what drew me into any of the products that I've used.
Okay, so like the Amazon reviews, or do you ask your friends what they're using?
Usually I ask friends because I don't know enough about skincare. So usually if I see someone that I feel like they're taking care of their skin, I'll ask what they're using. So it's kind of like a recommendation, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I get that because it's nice to know, what our friends are up to and what they're using. So that makes sense. And normally our friends are often around the same age. category as us or demographic. So it's
Yeah.
great to get a good review. So now, how long have you been using your current product?
Gosh, I've probably been using it for a couple of years.
Oh, okay, okay. And so you must like it if you've been using it for a couple years. What do you like about it?
Well, I mean, I mainly use it at night before I go to bed. So I would put it on because I do have really dry skin. So the moisturizer really makes my skin feel good. So I pretty much, that's the only thing I've really ever stayed consistent with. Um, and I haven't really, I mean, I've tried a couple of different brands, but for the most part, that's about all I've ever used.
Okay. Now we talked about hydration, and that's why you're using your moisturizer. So, is that your really, well, and then you said you would want to work on wrinkles too. So, are you getting results from the product that you're using right now?
I wouldn't say I'm getting any results. I will say that it probably gives me just an instant feel good with my skin, but it's not something that sticks with me, I guess you would say. Like it just feels good when it goes on.
Right. Does it feel good all day long?
No.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, you guys, doesn't ours feel good all day long? It's like I'm all touching my face. Anyway, sorry, side note. I did so well staying in character. Okay. So is there anything you dislike about the product that you're using right now?
Well, I mean, it's not an expensive product. I'm probably 50, 60-ish dollars. But like I said, when I put it on at night, when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel like the product's still there. So I feel like I have to keep putting it on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're not like feeling hydrated or in the morning.
Right. No.
Okay. You know that our skin doesn't go to sleep. So I'm glad you're using a product in the evening because our skin doesn't sleep. We need to put something on. So, but it also needs to feel good in the morning too. Rosemary, we're role playing. So I'm just talking to Janet about these questions that I asked. And I'll send them out in an email too. Um, so you talk about a cream and moisturizer. Do you prefer to use a single product or do you like a regimen of steps?
To stay consistent, I've usually just made it be one product.
Okay. Yeah.
And this is real life questions. I'm honestly answering your questions from my history.
And I know, yeah, I'm glad you said that. I know you are because you're like, I just use moisturizer. And now
Yeah.
I know there's a difference between moisturization and hydration. And it's like, whoa, we're all mind blown, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So now when you switch products, how quickly do you expect to see results from your product?
And I honestly feel like it takes at least a good 60 days to start to really get the product into your skin or just to see what it's going to do. So I do try to stay consistent with that, which is usually a container that I buy. So, so yeah, I would say a good 60 days to see because I have swapped occasionally because I was like, I didn't feel anything from that. And then I would see somebody would refer something else or pop up on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to try that.
And you switch and you want to try something else because you're in, because why do you switch? I guess you just said because you're not seeing your immediate results.
Right.
You're like, what is she using? And you're a little bit curious.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. So, and you just said you typically try something for like 2 months before you move on to something else.
Yeah.
You're talking also, Janet, about your problem areas where you said hydration is one of them, and fine lines or wrinkles, as we talk about, is another one. And how long do you feel like these areas have been bothering you?
Gosh, for a long time.
I know. I feel you. Oh, I was looking in the mirror going like this and wondering what you can do to kind of feel alive and not feel like haggard. What's the
Right.
opposite of feeling haggard? I don't know the opposite of haggard. I need to look that up because, yeah, you just kind of look in the mirror and you're feeling a little bit like you need some oomph, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, so these areas have been bothering you for a long time. Now, have you changed anything in your habits that may have affected your results that you've been getting, do you think? Like stress or um,
I
diet?
don't, yeah, I mean, I'm always dieting, but I don't feel like I changed stuff, that would change any of that myself.
Hmm. Okay, yeah. Now, what do you do? Well, I think you've already answered that for me. Excuse me. When something doesn't work, are you?
Looking for the next thing that, if you see on Facebook or your friends talking about the collagen, the things that pop into your head, so that's what makes me look for something else, is really just word of mouth and referrals of what other people are using.
Hmm. Okay. And what's the longest you feel like you've used a product?
Um, my last product, I probably used, I know I went through a couple of bottles of it, probably 6 months, maybe.
Okay, okay. And you were still not feeling quite hydrated when you
Yeah,
woke up in the morning or,
right.
and it didn't even
Definitely.
touch the wrinkles that you wanted to work on, but
Yeah. I
it,
don't think it was fixing anything. I think it just gave me a little instant, an instant fix.
yeah.
Not a fix, but an instant feel.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Because you don't want to feel tight, although you were still feeling dry and tight in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what made you go on your search for your next product?
Um, and just having a birthday and like, okay, I've got to find something to not just fix the daytime or just the instant. Looking for something that's going to start showing some improvement.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Vibrant versus haggard. I like that. Okay. So that's great, Jenna, and I love having this conversation with you because I'm obsessed with skincare and I like to see what people look for in a product or what they liked about a product that they're using and so forth. Do you have like your next big life event that you need to look good for?
Um, of course, we have vacation coming up this September.
Ooh, okay. Vacation in September.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Where are you going?
On a cruise, a
Mm,
girls' trip.
nuh-uh, where's my invite? I'm a girl.
It's open invitation.
Okay, okay. Awesome. Well, are you interested? Or no, I'm not going to say, are you interested? All right. I'm like, all right, well, let's find out which of our 120,000 different formulas is going to be best for you. Are you ready to find out?
Oh, oh my gosh, that sounds overwhelming just hearing you say there's 120,000 formulas. How would we know exactly what's going to be right for me?
It comes in, there are all these different formulas, but you're not choosing. It comes in a bottle. This is my dog's medicine. It comes in a bottle with your name on it already made for you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yep. So
Now,
that's all you have to do.
that's kind of the thing I would probably be looking for as far as I need not to have to make the choice.
Right, right. Sometimes it's easy is life is a lot easier when someone's just making choices for you, as long as they're good choices.
Exactly.
And how this choice is being made for you is there's going to be a skin analysis done. So I'm going to send you a link right now. Do, 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 do. And go ahead and open that up, and it's a skin analysis. So you could say, start my scan, and just make sure your hair is pulled back and your um oh my gosh, sorry, total squirrel moment, but you guys, I would see if there's a such thing as disposable headbands if you do events because it's really hard to hold your hair back. And like if you could give them a little disposable headband to hold their hair back for their skin analysis would be really, really good. Because I had so many analysis done with like hair in their face, of course, because they have bangs. Okay, sorry, total scroll. So I'm going to have you go ahead and if you have a lot of makeup on, I'll have you use this link in the morning or after you wash your face, go ahead and do the link. I want to do it right now to play, and then we can redo it in the morning if you feel like maybe you want to do it with a clean face. But go ahead and open it up and do your skin analysis. Make sure you get good lighting. I don't go in your bathroom. You need to listen to me. Don't do it in your bathroom, please. You may think you have good light, and then you are going to say, I wish I listened to Anita after you do it in the bathroom because there's shadows and it's just not a good look for you. So go to a window and stand in front of a window with good light and take your skin analysis. Sometimes I'll just stand with my camera open and I'll spin in a circle around the room until I get the best light, and then I'll snap. So do that with really good light, your hair up off of your face, and then we are going to see what formula is best for you. Now it's going to choose, it's going to pick your top 3 areas of concern and pull those up, and then it's going to give you an option between the one-step easy button, which we call the in-lab. Well, it's called in-lab, we call it the easy button, or a fresh active combination where you actually mix them in your hand. And from what we've talked about, I think you want something pretty easy, right?
I do. I need easy. And I don't need everybody seeing my picture.
No, 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 no. So this picture is just between you and you. All right. We'll scan the picture, but then that's where it stays and it will just give you your results and it will email you your results as well. So you can read up on all of the products that it's recommending for you. Now, remember, we're only working on 3 things at a time. And when we were talking, you will give your product about 60 days to give results or before you switch it. And
Right.
you're really, with our product line, we have people seeing results early, but you will most definitely see it in 3 to 4 weeks. I'm going to say that to be safe. I have people seeing it in 1 week, which is amazing. But not everybody, not all our skin cells don't all turn over at the same rate. And you'll do a full cell turnover in is it 28 or 23 days? I can't remember.
28.
28 days. Okay. So you do a full cell turnover in 28 days. So it's really good for you to give it that time to work it and to use it consistently. Can I count on you to use it consistently?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. If you're telling me people are going to see, has been seeing some results that quick, I'm in to see what I can see in myself
Because
change.
I really love, Janet, how you said that, you're using this product, you don't see results, it feels good at the moment, but it doesn't feel good all day long, or it doesn't feel good when you wake up. And I'm really excited for you to experience that, experience what it's like to do your face at night and then wake up in the morning and you want to look in the mirror. You want to look in the mirror. Who says that? But you will want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I'm definitely interested. How do I do the scan?
Okay, so go to my website and I have a redirect. So I sent you the link to my website. So go ahead and pull that up and then hit that button, scan my skin.
Okay. And is it that simple? I just take a picture and that's it?
Yep, it will just, if you do it on your computer, you'll need to upload a picture. So it's kind of easier to grab your phone and just take a picture. And then you will, yep, it will just analyze your skin. It will give you your results. And then when you get your results, let's talk about your options because you still have options with the type of, if you want to, um, if you want our biggest savings, which is our Glow Trio, and you need a nice foaming mousse to cleanse your face with, and then your bottle and hyaluronic acid with it, that will save you $30 on your order.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I definitely have to use some kind of makeup remover or something to get my skin at night anyway.
Yeah, and our cleanser, it's wonderful. It is not drying, it's not harsh. And actually, my favorite one is our exfoliating one because it has papaya extract in it. And if you just let that sit on your face for like 5 minutes, the papaya extract enzymes are doing the exfoliating. Where you may be used to grabbing those scrubs and scrubbing the heck out of your skin, you don't have to do that. It's so gentle and caring for your skin.
Well, that's good because I have very sensitive skin.
Yeah. Yeah. So you'll really like that one. That one, even though it's exfoliating, it's also designed for our sensitive skin. So that would be a really good fit for you. And I'm glad you're open to getting a cleanser. And then the hyaluronic acid is for hydration. And girl, no one should be without that in their life.
Oh, yes. I just did my scan and I knew hydration was a problem because it was popped up as my first thing.
Yeah.
But it also said dark spots, and I do live on a lake and I'm outside a lot, so that's not a surprise at all. And I never thought about having a skincare to work on that.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Can you believe it? You don't have to use concealer to cover it up. You can actually work on getting rid of them. I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive. Yeah, and it also did mention the fine lines, the wrinkles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it happens when we're at the age, right?
You
And
know, reality just kicked me in the face.
it's a little bit humbling, isn't it, when you look at that picture, when you don't have any makeup on and you take it and you really look at your skin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that glow trio. So are you telling me that you said the top three things were in there? So we're talking about the fine lines, the spots, and the hydration. So you're telling me that there is something that out of 120,000 different formulas, I can create my own special routine and have it easy and simple for me.
Yep, they're going to create it for you. It's going to go to a lab. They'll make it up. It looks like an apothecary lab, pharmacy type thing. They're going to make it up for you. So all you have to do when you open it up, it'll have your name on it just in case you forget in the morning. And then you just use 2 squirts and put it on and you're good to go. Morning and night. Wash your face, use your hyaluronic acid, and then 2 pumps of your cream. Neck, remember, get your décolleté, your neck, and your face, and you're good to go. Can you imagine if you don't have to cover up your spots moving forward? Like your dark marks? I guess we probably shouldn't call them spots, but can you imagine not having to cover up your dark marks anymore with foundation and concealer and to just
Yeah.
have them naturally fade with the product?
That would be like one of the best things ever, but yeah, I'm always skeptical when I hear things like that. But I, I mean, I am 53, so I am looking for something that truly works.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, Nicole says she hasn't been wearing as much makeup. All right, Janet, you're too agreeable, I guess, and too happy. Nicole
Okay.
says, what do you do? No, I'm not saying that in a bad way. Nicole says, what do you do when someone's not as enthusiastic? And then that's
Oh,
where you dig
yeah,
more into the answers, right? Well, it's like, well, so you're using this, but you're not seeing your results, right? So, it's like, why, I'm like, why wouldn't you change? But you then
yeah,
use their
and,
answers to
and
overcome the objections.
yeah, and because we just come off of an event, you will definitely hear a lot of people not enthusiastic about it. But I also think a lot of that conversation is what you're bringing to the table to them as well, because I do feel like if you get into that conversation with somebody, when you're showing your enthusiasm about it, you're going to pull that out of them too. But yes, you're going to have those negative Nellies who are like, I done bought everything in the world and ain't nothing ever worked. What makes you think your stuff's going to work?
Yeah, and you know what, Janet, and I was going to do that before I started this whole thing, and I don't know where I wrote it down on my notes, but what, for all of you, I'm not just Janet, but what are your biggest objections you're getting right now when you try to introduce Abby to somebody, or when you introduce Abby to somebody?
Yes, I would love to hear some of those as well. I'll save mine for the end
Hmm.
because we literally just talked to 100 people this weekend.
Wow, yeah. So I'm sure you heard a lot. Tina says, what do you do when you encounter a person that says, nope, I don't use skincare and I don't want to use skincare? Okay.
Yeah, some
I don't
people
waste my breath
you
on them.
can't convince, right? Exactly.
I don't waste my breath on them. One thing I do say though is like, and this is for you guys to know, out of the pioneers who started this, they're like, oh, I don't want to do skincare. There were like three of them that use soap and water or washcloth. They, yeah, they use nothing. So this isn't something for skincare junkies, but of course they used it and they were open to using it because they were selling it. Um, but I do like to say that we've even with our easy button bottle, we've been able to successfully convert soap and water people over to something that actually feels good on their skin.
I was reading Tina's comment about her biggest thing was people saying they needed to get some money, hard times. We did hear that at our event this weekend, and so I basically just broke it down because I do know the product's going to last. If you're using it twice a day, I mean, you're going to get a month or maybe even two, depending on how much you're using. But I just broke it down. I literally told them I used a moisturizer that costed me $56 and I was getting no results. For that price, you can actually get in it and have, I mean, you would have to spend a little bit more, but you're going to see those results as well. But a lot of times when you're talking to people that has the money issue, I mean, it's a priority to them. If it's not a priority, they're not going to figure it out. And that's not anything you can fix or do. So you definitely can't dwell on the ones who say they can't afford it right now. You just have to move on to the next person because we have a good product. You just got to find the right people for it.
And they need to see the value for their money. And that's
Yes.
where it's like getting your knowledge on skincare a little bit or our product knowledge, before and after photos. And when I follow up with people from the scan, I'll send an email and I've shared that with you guys. I think I put it in the quiet chat, so you should be able to find it easily because I shared it not too long ago, but I also share with them my before and after picture. I'm like, here's what's going on with me, and these are my results. Now, skincare is not for everyone. Abby, or our price range isn't for everyone either. And so if they're used to soap and water or a drugstore product, it's definitely going to be a harder sale. And I think I remember because I came from selling a more expensive skincare line too. And we just need to work with our target audience. Know your target market and you want to sell to them. And that's writing down what your ideal client looks like. Where do they work? What do they wear? What are they, currently using on their skin? What are their skincare concerns? Like all of these questions, write them down, or the answer that you want. And a lot of times your ideal client is someone who is like maybe 5 years younger than you. So, like like Montana's going to sell, her client is going to be someone different than what mine is. I'm going to be maybe talking to the menopausal woman, although I can't do that. I just can't talk about that. But the ones that have the dry skin and who are going through, more of the wrinkles and stuff, where Montana's going to talk to the people who care about their skin, who want to do preventative stuff because they're still young but they need something quick and easy because they have little babies at home. So we all have different things. Even I talk about the quick and easy. I talk how many times am I dressed and my clothes are inside out. Always. So that's kind of been my thing that I've been having fun with on social media too. It's like, yep, my shirt's on inside out right now. I clearly can't get dressed correctly. How am I supposed to like use a 5-step skincare regimen? And then I talk about our hero product, even though that's not the one I use, that's the one I promote because most people don't want to mix them in their hand.
All right. And reading Tina's comment again about she only got this because her daughter's selling it. That's a testimony alone right there. Your statement, Tina, that you just put in there, you had no intentions, you weren't looking for anything. And when someone tells you no or they can't afford it, you can definitely come back with, trust me, I wasn't looking for anything either, but I believe the person that I got this from, and I was totally impressed. And now I have found a product that I know works. So it makes me want to do this routine. So, like I said, it all comes back to how you respond to anyone's negative response. But, like Anita said, it's not for everyone, but don't back down and don't just take no for an answer. You don't have to be in a rude way or anything, but if you just share your own testimony like Tina just did there, that speaks volumes right there.
Mhm.
And that's how I see it. I
Exactly.
literally, I want to sell Abby because I think every, especially female, I'm a little bit biased to women apparently, but even men, and my husband's about to start using it as well. But I think every female on this planet deserves it and they need it. And I have very, very dry skin. I work outside. Even my hands, my grandson, my oldest grandson used to tell me all the time, Nana, your hands hurt because they would poke him. They were so dry and they're not anymore. I can touch my grandbabies and not hurt them. And it's amazing. And so
My hands.
just in this short period of time, I'm so passionate about Abby because it's completely changed the way I feel as far as my face and my skin, the wrinkles. I feel so much better. And even my hands, I can enjoy my grandkids now because my hands are no longer dry.
And I see something you don't see is your confidence when you're talking about it. So I can tell you right now, you are a perfect person to talk about it to anybody because we can see the natural you being there.
And we can't lose that. You
Right.
you cannot lose that feeling that you have right now of switching to a product where you're excited to look in the mirror in the morning, you feel great and make posts about it. I did one the other day and it was like, okay, we're waking up and this is what I see. I'm blown away because you can go back to these posts in your memories too, and it'll be like, oh my gosh, I remember how I felt about that. What was mine? I said I did. Oh, hold on, discard. Something, and I write my post and then I throw it in Chat GPT, and I'm like, okay, keep it sassy, keep it fun, keep my voice, but just clean it up a little bit. So I always write it first. But it's like something happened, and no, it's not just me realizing again that my clothes were on inside out. Oh, that was in it. Oh, yeah, anyway. It's anyway, but here's the real headline. I'm obsessed with how good my skin feels lately. I snapped this pic before my contacts were in, sleep still in my eyes, and somehow I look alive, not haggard, not dull, just fresh, glowy skin that actually makes me feel more human. And and it's the truth. Like I had no mascara on. Literally got dressed to go walk the dogs. I'm like, I feel amazing. And so I posted about it. Donnell?
Did you see my opening the box video when I cut my hand? No, and the thing is I had just cut, I don't know if you guys can see this scar on this finger. Can you see how there's a lump on that finger?
Uh-huh.
when I said I had just done it twice that week, I wasn't kidding. I super glued my hand together. The cut I did when I opened the box wasn't that bad, but it was bleeding. And I'm like trying to get it out of the picture. I didn't swear. I was so impressed with myself. I don't know how I didn't swear.
Yeah, it's like, yes, I did it. Yeah, and just, and that's what we want to remember to do as well, is share life stories. But as we document our wow moments that we have, then we have them to re look back on too. Um,
So
yeah.
I'm
Nicole, to your statement, my husband was the same way. He never used anything on his face other than soap and water. And he's been doing it with me, and he will definitely tell you that his face has never felt like it's felt before now. So you're going to come across those people who are going to be like that. Like, that's all I've used. That's all I need. Well, unfortunately, Nicole, you live in Hawaii. We know you're in the sun. We know y'all are young, and age will creep up on you quicker than you think. And it's nothing better than to start now and start using something that's simple.
so
So I
I'm
just have one question for him, Nicole. Does he want you to continue to look younger while he continues to look older, or does he want to look
Oh,
like
wow.
you? It's like, that's fine if you want to keep looking old or look old. I
Well,
don't
and that's the thing about this is when we're talking about it, we're not talking about what's happening with you today. We're talking about preventive to keep you from aging.
Yeah, or aging more gracefully without, you know, I just think, yeah, like, yeah, my ex was like, his skin is really, really bad. I'm like, well, I've given you stuff to use and you don't use it, and now you're complaining about it and that you feel like you look so much older. Well, you do because you haven't been taking care of your skin like I do. I didn't say it that mean, but now I would say it anyway I wanted to. But when I was married, I was nicer. But yeah, it's like you need to keep up with her. That's just an easy way to say it. So Nicole, I can't remember your husband's name.
He's listening to us.
I know. Mr. Nicole, you need to keep up with
Mr.
her.
Nicole. I
She's
can't remember his name either.
she's looking fine. Anyway, oh, objections. Gosh, we've been on for an hour. We really need to go. Um, oh, he can deal with that. Okay. And I did, so I asked, and I'm like, if I gave you this bottle of cleanser, will you put it in your shower and use it when you take a shower? And he said yes. And then next I'll do the cream.
Yeah. Andrew, yeah.
Andrew, I like Mr. Nicole. Okay, anyone have a real big objection you want to cover? We probably need to wrap it up.
I heard all kinds of objections this weekend. We never actually heard no one say no one told us no, I'm not going to listen to you or whatever. If they literally stopped, we talked to them. But I think the way that we just shared it, being authentic and telling what it did for us, was going to make the most biggest impact. Now, we didn't make any sales throughout the weekend. We were literally, our goal was just to share the product with people, get into those conversations. They all left with our business card. They all have the availability to scan our QR code on there. And I mean, honestly, when you're in direct sales, you're selling yourself as an authentic person. When you're upbeat and you're excited about that product, it will lead into things. It's just being consistent, moving forward, looking for the next person to talk to. Don't let anyone steal your joy. If they don't like it, they just don't like it. They'll go on, you'll go on, and you will find the ones that you're looking for.
You will. And it's not an impulsive buy. It's not a
Right.
$14 product, you guys. It is something that people are going to buy skincare when they're ready to change. Like if you just opened up, especially if it's someone who uses a good quality skincare, they've paid money for that. Unlike
Yeah.
me, that
I actually heard people say they spent way more money than what we talk about on skincare. I've got actually a relative that is on the fence of joining, and her skincare is double what we pay, but she's been watching mine and my husband's because she's my husband's family, our results. And she reached out to me because she told me she is paying way more than that for her skincare and always has. And she has seen more results with us. So they're watching, they're looking at those posts, they're watching yourself. Now, if you're not um, happy with sharing your own pictures, in public, keep them on your phone. Those that are closest to you, they know what you look like. And when you put those side by sides in front of their face and they know you're real and you're authentic, that is going to get attention. But I will definitely say my biggest thing is using those side by sides. Use yourself, even if you don't do it publicly, have them ready to share privately.
and I even think like so I had a lady come over to shop my other inventory and I'm like, "Do you want to do the skin analysis?" She's like, "I love what I'm using." And I'm like, "Okay." And then I just continued to talk about it. She's like, "Okay, let me do it." So we did the skin analysis and she just bought a bunch of her stuff. It's I'm just gonna say it's the Olive Company, Olive Vita or whatever, the waterless stuff. And she loves it. And so I did the skin analysis and then it came up with her cart. In her cart, we did Fresh Actives, which is more expensive. Oh, I want to talk one more thing on the price too of that. So we did Fresh Actives and we put it together. I'm like, well, that's not bundling the easy button. And she's like, that is still a lot less expensive than what I'm spending on product. And so if you personally feel like our product is expensive because it is more than a bar of soap. It costs more than a bar of soap, girls. Go online and look at different brands. Look at the average price of skincare, and you will be surprised what people pay for skincare. Maybe your circle of friends don't, but you will find that new circle of friends, well, or a circle of people to sell to that do spend the money on it. Now, one option that you can do is you can is if money is a problem, but they really, really, really want to try something. It's like, okay, what is your one thing that you really want to work on? And again, it's normally hydration, wrinkles, lift, or sensitivity, but sell them one base cream and one bottle of the active. Base cream is what? 24, active is 22. So $45, sell them that. And I would use like the regenerate or there's a remolding one. Those do like multiple things in one active. So just have them try that. Will you try this for 1 month? You say you're wanting to get ready for this vacation in September. And I understand money, right now your budget is a concern. Would you try something that will be $50 and try it for 1 month and see what changes your skin makes? But I need you to promise me you'll take a before picture and then in 1 month we will take an after picture and look at your results.
Yeah, I actually posted on my business page today to just give an option, and that was with the cleanser and the eye serum. Put my picture of my darkness under my eyes, the fine lines on the side, and gave it to them for under 50. It was under $50 for the cleanser and the eye serum. That alone, you'll see some improvements if you're looking at the darkness under your eyes or the bags under your eyes. And the cleanser itself is going to do things. It's going to make your skin feel better.
Mhm.
So I did that too with the an option of cheaper.
Just the cleanser and eye cream?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Because
Okay.
those are my two of my favorite things that I saw instant results from.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. All right. We can just talk and talk and talk forever, and we are so over. I wouldn't, so I need to let you guys go. Oh, anyone have any questions? Not to add on to anything, but any. Okay, we can't. We need to stop. Okay, I'm gonna end the recording right now. And I know, let me see. Thank you guys for being on. Hold on.